Hey guys, here we are at the first camp. The trail. A lot of people here. There's my tent right there.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going? It's Nate here. Just wanted to bring you guys up with me. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. It's only 4 or 5 hours of darkness here, so you can sleep in some of the light when you go to bed and you wake up pretty early. But as you can see, I'm on top at the beginning of the trail. This is our camp down there. I don't know if you can see my tent. It's somewhere over there. It's that white dot right there. It's MSR Hubba tent, and we are just enjoying the morning up here. Very unique landscape here in Iceland, especially in this area. I have a bunch of rocky, volcanic debris, and if you kind of look behind me in the mountains, you have some snow-capped mountains, and then you also have some other colorations, along with this marsh hot spring area down here. So very, very beautiful landscape, very diverse. Reminds me of multiple places I've been to. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys kind of what I'm looking at. Obviously video and pictures don't really do justice for the real thing, so if you want to check out Iceland, I suggest you guys come here. We're starting a hike today around 7:30, a couple hours. Just gonna pack up and eat some breakfast, and we'll probably I think do like 12-13 miles today, maybe a little more. Try to get to the second hut. I didn't sleep in the hut last night. We had the option, we paid for it, but I just wanted to sleep outside with the rest of the people in their tents. Figure since I brought mine, might as well use it. It was a backup plan at first, but I've slept in huts before and I'm sleeping in one tonight, so it made sense to me to kind of, appreciate the little things like my little tent. Slept really good. It's cold out here, pretty chilly right now, but with my down feather sleeping bag and the tent's mesh and just fabric kind of keeping the wind chill off, it was comfy. Wow, look at that. That's cool. Very cool. Times like these make me feel very lucky to be able to travel, and lucky that I still have my health and my youth to be able to climb mountains like these. This range, this trail in general, isn't relatively a hard trail, but it's a spectacular one to say the least. So it's gonna be cool. And also, if you can notice, I'm wearing the 66 North Iceland. This is an Icelandic brand. Pretty cool. Repping different outdoor gear when you go different places. Back home, everybody has certain things like Patagonia, North Face, you name it. We all know the brands we see, but you don't see this one too often, so it's cool. I dig it. Makes me feel special when I go back home.
We're off. Left the camp all packed up. Peter's out in front. As you can see in front of us, hopefully, we're at a small little range we're gonna go over today. It's pretty much the hardest part in the trail at the beginning, so let's get all the hard stuff out of the way today. Very interesting landscape here. It's like being on another planet. Interestingly, I don't know if this trail, they put sand down or if it's just wear and tear. It looks like it's a different kind of sand, probably to maintain the trail itself, but it's pretty clear where the trail is because it's the only light, dry sand that you see compared to everything else, which is very rich, dark, volcanic dirt with soot and very jagged rocks and some kind of moss that grows on top of it. It's a very unique looking moss. Must be able to withstand cold elements. Looks like we're getting out of the rocky gravel stuff, coming up to a kind of marsh flat area. I believe it's right over these hills is where you get all the colorful mountains. I guess I should mention the time we started. So it's, I don't know if you can see that, but it's 7:45, 7:46 right now. We started around 7:30. Been going on the trail for 15 minutes. So just for anybody's interested in how long it takes us, my watch will give me kind of the miles per hour once we get going, but for the most part, it's probably going to be 6-7 hours today. I'm going to stop and film with the drone when we get on top of this range, so we can see some stuff all the way around. Well, a few minutes later from the last clip, starting to transition to a new geo landscape. What do we call it? Going from this sandy gravel stuff to this lush dark soil with green. We got the sign right there, and I think we're going to a little past this sign right here. We're going 13 miles today, so in terms of kilometers, I mean, I'm sure you guys can do better math than me. I don't really know the conversion. About 15, 16, 17 kilometers, something like that. So this is the start of the uphill. If it's like this all day, shouldn't be too bad. The pack is on the heavier side. I'm carrying a few GoPros, little mini Mavic Air, tent, sleeping bag, food, snacks, usual gear that I bring along. Look at the size of my pack. Pretty big one. I got plenty of water. I didn't have breakfast, so might be a little drained in terms of energy, but it means I have a big lunch. I wanted to talk to you guys about my Quest 4D boots. This is the first time I'm using them, and you can see them right there. I was worried it'd be a little too warm. I'm wearing wool liners. I can definitely feel the heat in my feet, but the climate up here is really cool. I'm getting a little hot in my jacket, but this base layer right here is breathable. It's a nice Patagonia one, and I think at some point I'll take my first layer, my second layer off, kind of just hike in the base layer. I think you can see that. There's mountain sheep in the distance. There were sheep all over the place last night in the campsite. Woke us up this morning. I guess they just roam and graze naturally here. Coming up on some springs, which is kind of what part of this trail is known for. You definitely smell the sulfur. Or when you walk through the steam, it's really hot. It's like being in Florida in the summertime. Very humid, very sticky. Look at that. Got cut off there. My SD and my GoPro filled up. Now coming up on this vent right here. Kind of a unique combination, seeing the steam rise with the snow caps. Check that out, guys. Stinks like sulfur. Pretty awesome. Kind of sketchy on the trail. You have this hole right here. Don't want to fall on that. Be wary. Didn't fall on that, hurt yourself. Up the hill. Peter's scaling the steep snow cliff. It's the place where I saw people sliding down the mountain. Alright, well, looks like for the most part, we have a little bit more of an incline over here, but looking good. We're on top of the hill. for the most part. Woo! It's sweaty and gross. That's all the name of the game. It's pretty windy up here. Good look. We're trying to get to the top. Well, I have Quest 4D boots. Really make me feel secure on terrain like this. I mean, the dirt and the snowpack isn't that slippery. It's not icy, so you just gotta dig your feet in. But still, it'd be intimidating if you don't have the right footwear. So we just scale. It's windy up here, guys. It's windy. If I wasn't moving, I'd freeze my ass off. I got a thin long sleeve face layer on. It's not warm by any means, but hiking with a big bag does help me stay warm. Well, as you can see, put my layers back on. It was getting cold. It's getting cold up here. It's really just the sweat and the wind. It's you get hypothermia. So put my beanie back on, my first layer. No need for my other layers that I have. I have a micro down and a rain shell with like mesh in it. But I feel better now. If I get hot, I'll take the beanie off. But it's definitely chilly up here. In terms of how I rate this trail, this is personal opinion. Some might disagree. And I'm also basing it off of trails in New Hampshire, in the White Mountains, and the northeast of the USA. The incline itself, I'd say, is a solid square or a blue medium. I wouldn't say it's an expert. What makes this trail challenging is the elements, is the drastic change in the environment around you. But I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about my gear. In terms of stuff that has been a really good idea that I brought was my solar panel. You can see it back there. You know, in Iceland, the sun's out behind the clouds up there, but it's out a long day. So having the ability to charge stuff up while you're hiking, having the ability to mount this solar panel on my backpack is awesome. It's charging up one of my power packs right now. If we stop for lunch and it's full, I'll probably plug in something else. Unfortunately, it doesn't charge my drone, and that's the one thing that I haven't figured out. Whew! That's some serious hair. Well, guys, something else up here. It's kind of like climbing. We're not that high up, but it feels like I'm climbing high altitude with the snow and the wind. I'll tell you, it's not the incline that's hard. It's damp snow and the wind beating down on you the whole time. You don't really have every step you're slipping with a heavy pack. It is challenging. It's a little tiny trail gonna follow. I can imagine what it'd be like if the weather was bad. The hardest part about the trail is having to step in this damn snow. Thank God for those 40 boots. If I would have brought trail runners, I would have regretted it. I had to take a break for a little bit. Still up top. As you can see, I put some layers on. I put my jacket on, my gloves. It's getting really cold. And I also feel like I pulled something in my knee and I stop and stretch it out. I also had to eat some snacks, get some energy. And I didn't eat anything this morning. I'm gonna say my breakfast tomorrow. So probably wasn't smart, but feeling better now. My knee seems to be feeling better. Have to stop and stretch it every so often. Yeah. Coming up on the first hut. A little issue back there where my left knee, the inside of my left knee, tightened up and I couldn't walk. I had to rub it out, stretch it. This basically Charlie horsed on me. I couldn't even walk. Guys, back at you. Stay here. Second GoPro. I'm gonna try to conserve this. Still got to hike tomorrow. First hut. There it is. Descending down this valley. A little spring running through under the water. It's pretty cool. Right now, in the middle of nowhere. Got a memorial right here. God bless you, man. May you live forever. Make every day count, guys. You don't know what's going to be your last. That's why we're here right now. Living life, challenging myself, taking in nature's beauty. Don't know these people, but they're making my footage look cool. That guy coming up to I would say a change of scenery, but I don't know if you guys can see the mountains in the distance over there, but you got some rigid rocky black mountains with some snow cap way up there. Like I said before, pretty much at the tallest point of the trail. Probably about another 5 miles to go, and I think once we get down over this ridge, the wind will die down and I'll probably start getting hot again. I have to take some layers off. So guys, follow the view of the trip right here. Awesome, guys. You guys, I know it's hard work carrying a bag. It wasn't easy getting up here, but look behind me. Is that not amazing? Yeah, so many different types of terrain. You have a glacier in the back. It's got some lush greenlands. You can see a lake over there. It's cold, windy. Sore and tired. My knee's busted, but once I'll say it again. Just makes it worth it. But we woke up this morning. We stayed down there at the hut, right by a lake, and we are now heading on day 2 of the trail, And like I said, we're trying to do this in 2 days. So it's a long day today, 18 miles. A lot of battery. I made the mistake of not bringing a power pack big enough and not bringing enough micro SDs for all my stuff. I could take one out of my 360 camera and stuff, but I'll probably just, just take little snippets. I wanted to show you guys the beginning of our day though. And you can see it's another lush, beautiful landscape in front of us. Peter's way up there, and then our friend we met, Oliver, French-Canadian guy, starting off with us. We had dinner with him last night. He's a really nice guy. He was in the service in Canada, so I'm sure he made his country very proud. But enough about that. Just want to check in with you guys, and I'm only going to really try to record really cool things so I can get the film all the way to the end. It says I have about 17 minutes of recording left, so I'll check with you guys every so often, and if we don't make it to the end of the trail, sorry. I got some really awesome footage with the drone. I got some really awesome footage on my iPhone, which is dead, and the 2 GoPros I carried have some good footage as well. So what'll happen is I'll probably bring out my 360 camera and just use it as a GoPro and only use one of the lenses. So I'll extend it, but we'll see when we get to that. So anyways, this is Nate, day 2. Sorry if my hair looks funny, but another beautiful day. Sun shining through the clouds. Can't beat it. Second water crossing of the day. All right. Say what up, Oliver.
Yo.
What up, Petey?
Yo. Ready to go.
Ready to go. Hafangi. Hafange. I don't know how you say it. Hafangil. Hafangil hut. As you can see, the landscape is changing. We're going to the volcanic rock fields. You have this really wavy, cool textured rock right here, along with these chunks and some little bundles of pink bushes. Pretty interesting. So, as you can see, pretty flat. There actually looks to be a road. That is also the trail. It's definitely a volcanic field, like I said before. Going between the mountains. I think the average pace on this is about 3 miles an hour. So, destination right now it's 8:30 in the morning. Icelandic time. Should be back at the bus around 4 today, assuming we can take minor breaks. Pretty cool looking. Also, we just got off the road and we're going back on the trail, so that was just for a little bit. I don't really know what these mean, to be honest, but I know I'm going that way. Alright, well, the name of the game in Iceland is you gotta take your shoes off to cross a lot of these creeks and these rivers. Pretty nippy. Oh, my feet are feeling it. Woo! Woo! Ow! Woo! That is cold. Halfway there. I gotta let my feet warm up for a second. It's cold in there. Alright, gonna man up and do it. The current definitely. Whew. Oh, that was painfully cold. Alright, well, we're back on the trail. That was definitely the deepest crossing. It came above my knees. It's probably definitely seasonal with all the snow melt. Can't see it back over there, but there's a glacier behind those mountains. But I'll tell you, the sun right now feels really good. I'm in shorts and a shirt, and I am not cold at all. Feels like a really great morning. About to eat my got some birthday cake, energy gel, along with some other snacks, and test it out. I guess what I think. Nope, definitely tastes like birthday cake. I don't really know the nutritional value on these. I don't think it's much. You just kind of get some sugar bursts. But I will say the one thing about these things, they're very sticky. So wherever you put the wrapper, make sure it's in another wrapper, because it will just get your bag sticky. And if you're using your bag in places where animals are gonna come sniffing around, you're gonna have to wash it out, because you don't want that sugary stuff in your bag. So anyways, on the trail, those two guys are way up there. I've kind of been in the back all day, taking my time, working on my cameras, getting comfortable. Not really in a rush, but just taking in the last part of the trail. You guys can't see it over there, but there's a cross on the hill. I'm assuming somebody died, but they died in a beautiful, majestic place, so may their spirit live forever. We're now walking on some sandy, ashy dirt. It definitely feels a little bit like sand. Definitely better than snow. But some places you kind of feel like you're walking on the beach sand. Also, you can see that people moved the rocks to make a line, which I don't know how long it took them to do that, but it's pretty impressive. The clear winter in my gear, the boots, look kind of funny today because I'm wearing shorts and they're high cut. But I'll tell you, if I didn't have these boots and I was wearing trail runners, I don't think I'd be enjoying this walk as much. They're very comfortable. Feet are not too warm. Feel snug. And I guess right now it's kind of like having moon shoes on the moon. That's what it feels like. But yeah, here you go, guys. Nobody in behind me. Those guys are way up there. You can't see them. Good time to really think about life. Just checking in. About 2 hours into our hike, and scenery is pretty much the same. And a few little hills, some small little creek down there with some very vibrant green moss. A lot what you see on the mountain right there. Coming up on this, what looks to be a bridge. There's a car parked way over there, so obviously that guy went over the bridge. But pretty much the same old stuff. It is getting a little bit cooler because we're getting closer, I'm guessing, a higher in elevation. I feel a little bit breezier. The sun's hidden behind the clouds, but for the most part still very comfortable in my shirt and shorts. And obviously moving forward and staying in motion with a backpack, eating snacks and staying hydrated helps that as well. We have this is actually not a, looks like it's just a walking bridge, but very cool. We are about another hour in since I last talked to you guys. Pretty close to one of these cool mountains I've been talking a lot about. If you look behind us, there's the long, vast dirt kind of plain over there. What do you call it? Now we're just kind of coming over this bend, so we have some new cool stuff to show you. Another long stretch. A lot of the same before, but another section, so see what it looks like on the other side. We're coming down, bit over the mountain, coming down. I'm pretty sure on the other side of this hill in the distance, where the trail and the road ends, is the hut that we're gonna take a break and lunch at. Not positive, but a sign back there said 2 kilometers, or maybe it was 3 kilometers, which I think is roughly around 1.82 miles. Could be wrong with conversion. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've hiked about that much, seems like, so I'm guessing that's the hut for lunch. So looking forward to that. Gonna have some ramen noodle and some tuna fish crackers. So I was wrong about the hut being here, but it did open up to be a very beautiful view. As you can see, really cool. Coming down this hill right here, we have more of the transition of different terrain. There it is, right over the bend. So we're about at our half point way today. Just for people's information, in the book, they say it takes about 7 hours. And I would say we were not going super fast, but we were going pretty fast, hiking pretty fast, seeing the scenes, but not, you know, taking too many photos or anything. Kind of walk and drink my water, eat snacks along the way, and film as I go. But it's 11:16 right now, so essentially a little under 4 hours it took us to get here. So I would say on average, if you're just used to hiking in the Northeast, or this is definitely more of a flat trek versus actually up and down backpacking, so you get a little bit more distance today than yesterday. It's definitely a smaller, looks like there's less places to camp, but pretty cool. Playing some bent jams, playing some music. This portion of the trail was relatively easy compared to yesterday, and from the looks of it, and over there, it looks like there's going to be more just gradual terrain, so should be nice. We're at the Emscher hut. Alright. So guys, hopefully this is recording the right way. We're on the we're using my 360 camera. Leaving the hut now. Going up the trail. From what I hear, this last part of the trek is very green. Obviously, because you're getting lower in elevation. But we'll have to see for sure what it's like. We're off. Feeling energized. Got food in me. Sore, but a good sore. Building muscle sore. I will say there's a lot of nice people here from different places. It's like that most places when you go backpacking. People, no matter where they're from, all share the same interest. And at first, you know, you may be hesitant to talk to somebody somewhere else, but once you start talking, you realize, well, we're all pretty much the same. Better view of this way. Some of these creeks have bridges, which is nice. You want to take off your shoes.
And then up here is this is what we call a switchback. And that essentially means that exactly what it sounds like. Now, originally in the West Coast, you're talking about the Sierras, switchbacks were originally paved by donkeys and animals that were pulling up stuff in the mountains. That's why when you're in the Sierras, you see a lot of those switchbacks. Now, the East Coast, the Appalachians, much older trails. Those are paved by humans, which is why they're a little bit more right over the top. Something like this, though, is probably also just man-made. And it just allows you to kind of get up the hill more gradually. Feeling it. Coming over the ridge. Cool landscape. I thought I'd share with you guys. It's an interesting kind of structure, land structure over there. You can see my boots are really dusty. They get really dusty here, and I mean getting dust in my boot, which is part of the reason why I'm getting some friction with some blisters just from rubbing from my sock against the boot. But for the most part, these boots have been solid. Partially just because I'm wearing shorts. I can go right in. Looks like somebody goes up there. And go check out the view. We're gonna stick to the trail. Finally getting close to that glacier I've been talking about this whole time. So, makes sense. Running water comes from the melting snow. Oh. It's just a little slippery here, so we get a nice railing, which is nice. Very cool. A little bit down the trail. Got some cool rock coloration or dirt coloration over there. And apologize if you can't see it. Just made it up the little big hill. Some cool stuff back there. Share this with you real quick. Came across this dried up creek bed, it looks like, near this very fine black sediment. Touch. It's fine yet coarse at the same time, if that makes sense, because they're two opposites. But it's got a
got a very ashy feel, but if you look how fine it is, it makes little ripples on the side of the bed right there. It's pretty cool. See a few birds flying over there, and from what I hear, the last part of this is going to be rich with life, or not rich with life, but there's going to be animals, birds flying around and stuff, so I look forward to seeing that. It's been just a bunch of windy, cold environment around me, so yeah, it's been really cool. Just want to say, everybody from Iceland, thank you for having me. It's a beautiful country, and I think a lot of people, I can't speak for the world, but specifically some of my American friends and peers don't really know what they're missing coming here if they're into outdoor stuff. And for everybody else, specifically, again, my American counterparts, it's not that expensive to get here, guys, for us. I talked to a few other people, and they're paying almost double for plane tickets as we are. So, the plane ticket's cheap, bus ride's cheap. You just have to really want to do it. So it's just something you got to consider if you're willing to put the effort and time in. But we're going to finish this trail in 2 days. Well, I'm not finished yet, and there's a lot of other people doing that. So I think the 4-day advisement in the book is for a slow pace, enjoy yourself, not hustle. If you're more into just getting mileage, you can do it in 2 days, no problem. But anyways, that's all I have for now. I might stop and have a drink in a little bit. I'm a little thirsty, but we'll see. I don't know if you call that a plateau or not. I don't know if it's big enough, but it sure looks like it would be one. It's part of one. We got a pretty serious drop, it looks like, here. Closer look at the rock cliff formation right here. Pretty cool. I don't see any wildlife yet, but I was told there may be some later. Alright, just another check-in. Not that much further, but getting down in the rocky pathway. Get some more of that ash. Looks like it's getting pretty flat up here, getting back in the marsh. Oh, well, this is the wrong way. Which I'm guessing is why there's all these footprints are going up this hill. Alright guys, well, I just went through it, got off track a little bit, found the trail again, and much of these little dunes we saw in the very beginning with the GoPros kind of growing, and that was kind of the end of it. All the green. Feet are hurting. Only in a couple places. Knee's not hurting today, mostly because I'm not doing big uphill stuff, and it was really that snow that was messing it up. Yeah. Thanks for watching the video. If you're watching it this long, it means you actually appreciated the walkthrough, FPV narrated style video. I enjoy doing these because I get to express myself. I also share things with people, maybe if they can't get here, but they want to see the trail. They always wonder what it looks like. I don't do this for anything but that, to share my experiences with you guys and encourage my friends, families, members, and just everybody else to get out there and do stuff like this. Sun's poking out, as you can see. Hopefully my solar panel's charging up my battery pack. Actually get my phone back on. Gotta pay a bill. But, oh well. I think when you're in Iceland, you don't really worry about your bills. I mean, I'm sure the company that's not getting paid worries about it, but yeah, whatever. A few points on my credit. Not the end of the world, guys. Just live life. Very nice. Little purple patches everywhere. Coming into an interesting area. Got some trees and it looks like to be some water. I'm assuming we may have to cross this and take our shoes off. Let's see. I don't know how much battery I have left. Doesn't tell me when I'm recording. Some green grass. Whew. Cool little bridge. Oh. Scale the hill. These hills are keep on surprising me. Way to add a hill at the end. Oh man, pretty much beat. About another 20 minutes. Should be there. Maybe 30 minutes. Hoping the hut's what I thought was a hut, unless we're cutting back over, wasn't the hut. And unfortunately, it looks like we gotta get up the hill up there, so a little bit more climbing. Make you work for it. Alright, I'm gonna focus on hiking. Hey everybody. Just taking a little nap right here on this hill. It's a pretty cool view. See the ocean way over there. And then the little river that runs out to it. And you can't see the path, but you're gonna path, and the trail's gonna go through that treed hill area over there. And so we're not gonna make our 4 o'clock deadline, but probably another half an hour when it gets started. I'll be there by 5. Nice though. Coming down the hill. I don't know how much longer, but I'm hurting. To shout. Guys, it's at a river crossing. We are in the wooded tree forest, the path. Just saw a sign farther away than I thought it would be. It's 2.8 kilometers, or kilometers, however you want to say it. So, you know, probably a good 45 minutes. I'll get there at 5:30. I'm ready to check out. It's been hard, been a long day. But it's a good way to end it. Wouldn't expect to see this here. There's the final hut. About a mile left. It's over there. You can see it. Oh man. Oh man. I am tired. Running empty. Almost out of water too. So we'll make it there. Make it there in 20 minutes. 30 minutes. Alright, this is the last stretch. Quarter mile to go. I see a flag in the distance. It's flat now. A cool little cave. Scoogie. What's it called? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Never been so happy to see a hut. We made it in 2 days. Hope the bus isn't already leaving. There it is. There it is.